In the first quarter of 2026, United States tech companies announced over 52,000 job cuts, many explicitly tied to AI efficiencies, while AI-related hiring postings surged in specialized roles like AI engineer topped LinkedIn's fastest growing jobs list for the second year running. This is not a contradiction, it is the new reality of the AI economy. Companies are reallocating from generalist and junior roles to talent that can direct, integrate, and scale AI. The divide is stark. The haves, professionals with deep industry expertise who leverage AI as a multiplier, are seeing productivity explosions, wage premiums, and expanded opportunities. The don't haves, younger workers armed mainly with general education and generic skills, face compressed entry points, experience creep, and a talent pipeline that increasingly bypasses traditional starting rungs. Data from 2025 to 2026 makes the split quantifiable. BCG's analysis projects that 50 to 55% of United States jobs will be reshaped by AI in the next 2 to 3 years, with only 10 to 15% facing outright elimination over a longer horizon. The reshaping favors augmentation, AI handling routine tasks so humans focus on judgment, creativity, and oversight. Yet entry-level and junior positions are disproportionately exposed because structured, codifiable work is automated first. PwC's 2025 Global AI Jobs Barometer found industries with high AI exposure posting 3 times higher revenue per employee growth, while workers with AI skills command a 56% wage premium, up from 25% the prior year. Goldman Sachs estimates AI is already a net drag of roughly 16,000 United States jobs per month, with substitution outpacing augmentation and hitting Gen Z and early career workers hardest. For mid to senior professionals with domain mastery, AI is not a threat but an amplifier. Harvard researchers tracked 200 workers at a United States tech firm over 8 months and found AI tools allowed faster task completion, enabling broader scope and longer, but higher value, work hours. Experts use AI to iterate faster, analyze more data, and tackle previously out-of-reach problems, turning 1 times output into 10 times impact without proportional headcount. In the Bay Area, this dynamic is clearest. LinkedIn data shows 3 of San Francisco's 10 fastest-growing jobs are AI-related. The region added 24% more AI skill tech talent year over year. Senior AI ML engineers command $350,000, $500,000 plus total comp, with premiums for those who combine deep vertical knowledge, finance, healthcare, enterprise software, with orchestration skills. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff has publicly rejected blanket AI layoff narratives, instead hiring 20% more salespeople because human connection remains irreplaceable, while AI agents handle routine support tasks that once occupied junior staff. Jack Dorsey's block cut 4,000 roles, nearly 40% of workforce, citing AI-enabled flatter teams. Yet the company continues aggressive hiring for high-impact individual contributors who can wield these tools. Studies confirm the pattern. MIT Sloan found generative AI boosts productivity most for less experienced developers, 15% average gain, but the real winners are seasoned ones who evaluate, refine, and apply outputs at scale. BCG labels these amplified roles. AI expands demand and wages because productivity gains create more work for humans with judgment. The result, a 38% rise in AI-exposed occupations, even as routine tasks shrink. The haves aren't just surviving 2026's restructuring waves. Oracle, Meta, Atlassian, they are the reason companies can do more with less while still posting record AI job openings. For recent graduates and early career workers relying on broad education and generic competencies, basic coding, analysis, support, the landscape has narrowed dramatically. Entry-level hiring in tech has collapsed. Bravio's 2025 tech job market report documented a 73% drop in P1/P2 roles, far steeper than the 7% overall decline. Signal Fire data shows new graduate hiring at the 15 largest tech firms down 55% since 2019. Stanford economists documented substantial declines in employment for early career workers, ages 22 to 25, in AI, exposed occupations like software development and customer service. Even as overall tech employment grows, the mechanism is experience creep. AI now performs the repetitive grunt work, lead qualification, code scaffolding, ticket resolution, basic data cleaning, that traditionally build junior skills. Fortune described the double bind. Fewer entry openings plus employers demanding experience. AI has made redundant. Anthropic's Dario Amodei has warned AI could eliminate up to 50% of entry-level jobs. A November 2025 Stanford report found generative AI already accelerating that shift in the Bay Area. San Jose State saw CS Masters applications fall 40% and undergrad 16%, with teens citing student fears of a smaller market. Young workers without deep domain anchors are squeezed from both sides. They compete against AI for routine tasks, and against experienced tasks for the remaining roles. World Economic Forum and BCG research showed junior positions in diverging roles, where AI substitutes tasks but demand expands unevenly, are hit first. Gen Z leads AI adoption in some reverse mentoring studies. 73% of users save 47 minutes daily, yet this does not translate to jobs when companies prefer seasoned talent who can immediately direct the tools. The don't-haves are not obsolete. BCG notes 34% of roles have limited near-term exposure, but the traditional ladder is shorter and steeper. While Silicon Valley's tech layoffs dominate headlines, AI's reach extends far beyond white-collar offices into America's Main Street economy. Retail stores, restaurants, hotels, factories, and local service businesses. For the millions of workers in these sectors who had nothing to do with AI before 2023 to 2026, the impact is already material. Even though physical robots, Elon Musk's Optimus vision of humanoid helpers in every home and factory, remain years away. Current AI is software first, predictive analytics, chatbots, dynamic pricing, and automated workflows that quietly erode routine tasks without needing hardware breakthroughs. Retail and hospitality, two of the largest Main Street employers, stand out as highly vulnerable. AI shopping assistants now handle 24/7 product questions, personalized recommendations, returns, and bookings with human-like empathy, reducing the need for frontline cashiers, sales associates, and customer service reps. Self-checkout and inventory AI have already accelerated. One analysis flags retail as the most AI-disrupted sector by 2026, with up to 65% of roles facing automation of routine tasks like checkout and stocking. In hospitality, 81% of hoteliers prioritize AI for productivity gains, predictive staffing, dynamic pricing, and back-office automation, amid labor shortages and high wages. The result? Fewer hours for waitstaff and desk clerks. Even as guest experiences improve for those who remain, manufacturing follows a parallel but distinct path. AI-driven predictive maintenance, quality control, and supply chain optimization are already cutting down time and errors, with MIT per Boston University estimates projecting up to 2 million United States manufacturing jobs impacted by 2026. Largely through efficiency rather than full robotic replacement. Deloitte's 2026 Manufacturing Outlook notes that over 81% of task hours will stay human-driven, with AI acting as an additive tool. Workers oversee smarter systems, interpret alerts, and handle exceptions. Yet this still means flatter teams and reallocation. Fewer entry or mid-level production roles as AI handles the predictable work that once trained new hires. These Main Street workers largely fall into the don't-haves category. They're generic or physical routine skills, customer interaction basics, repetitive assembly, scheduling overlap most with what software AI commoditizes first. Unlike technicians' explicit AI pivot layoffs, the squeeze here is incremental. Shorter shifts, slower hiring, and experience creep into oversight roles that favor those who quickly adapt. Forbes and Cognizant data rank routine service and production tasks among the more exposed, though physical trades like construction and mechanics remain least impacted at 12 to 20%. PwC and McKinsey reports show AI-exposed industries still growing jobs overall through augmentation, but the transition favors those who can pair human judgment with tools, leaving many Main Street workers facing wage stagnation or displacement. Without the high-scale safety net of Bay Area engineers, this diffusion matters because Main Street employs far more Americans than Silicon Valley. The quiet squeeze widens the haves-don't-haves divide geographically and economically. Coastal tech haves thrive, while heartland service and factory workers navigate a slower, less visible erosion of opportunity, long before robots arrive to work for humans. A sharper, more consequential layer of the haves-don't-haves divide emerges when we compare the small cadre of true visionaries, those rare individuals possessing wisdom, big-picture ideas, and the ability to chart uncharted futures, with the vast majority of average workers who rely primarily on honed skills and reliable execution. In the AI era, this gap does not merely widen, it becomes existential. AI excels at skills and execution, the domain of the skilled majority, automating pattern recognition, analysis, and routine problem-solving at superhuman scale. What it cannot replicate, at least not yet, is the spark of original vision. Synthesizing disparate insights into novel paradigms, exercising ethical judgment under uncertainty, or imagining societal futures that transcend data. Recent 2026 analyses underscore this dynamic. Harvard Business Review's research on AI adoption categorizes employees into visionaries, high belief in AI value, low personal risk perception, who represent about 40% but drive disproportionate experimentation and innovation. They experiment readily and pressure test boundaries, yet true visionary leadership, strategic foresight beyond tool adoption, remains scarce. NTD Data's 2026 Global AI Report notes that AI leaders, those embedding AI into core strategy, pull far ahead of followers, creating a widening organizational chasm. Only about 5% of the global workforce is AI fluent, yet this minority captures 4 or 5 times higher wages and 4 times more promotions, per multiple trackers, concentrating rewards among those who combine fluency with visionary oversight rather than mere technical proficiency. WSJ opinion pieces frame AI as a gift to human creativity, relieving drudgery so that visionaries can focus on inspiration and synthesis. NYT commentators echo this. AI transforms but leaves thoughtful decisions and judgment unchanged. Stanford University of Houston studies show AI amplifies existing creative differences. Those with stronger baseline ideation and judgment, the visionaries, benefit most, while average skilled contributors risk producing more volume but less originality, leading to brand sameness and homogenized outputs. As one Forbes analysis put it, AI makes average people less creative by over-reliance, whereas visionaries use it as a collaborator to unlock bolder ideas. This is AI's most profound societal impact. The skilled majority, competent engineers, analysts, operators, and now Main Street workers, who once thrived on execution, become increasingly commoditized as AI handles their core value proposition. Visionaries, by contrast, become the ultimate scarce resource, a tiny elite whose ideas dictate where AI is pointed, how it is governed, and what abundance it creates. The result is hyper-concentration, wealth, influence, and cultural narrative flow to a handful of founders, CEOs, and thinkers, the AI aristocracy. Larry Fink wrote of in his 2026 BlackRock letter, while the skilled majority, in Main Street workforce, faces not just displacement but devaluation. Rand Perspectives on AI's national implications highlights how this risks eroding human agency on a societal scale. AI supercharges a few while emasculating collective energy if the majority feels sidelined. Culturally, this fosters a quiet crisis of identity. What happens when average skills no longer confer dignity or purpose? Politically, it fuels populism and redistribution demands. Younger voters, seeing visionaries amass oligarchic power, may tilt toward interventionist or even socialist-leaning platforms as a counterweight. Echoing Yuval Harari's warnings on AI reshaping global politics. Human nature itself adapts. People may retreat from skill-based ambition toward relational, creative, or wisdom-seeking pursuits, redefining success around judgment and meaning rather than output. Without deliberate steering, reskilling that builds visionary capacity, not just fluency, AI risks entrenching a new feudalism of ideas. A few dream, the many execute, or are executed by the dream. The haves-don't-haves divide, now sharpened by the visionary layer and Main Street squeeze, is reshaping not just workplaces but culture and society at large. A March 2026 ResumeNow survey of over 1,000 United States workers found 63% expect AI to make the workplace feel less human in 2026, with 42% citing dehumanization as a top concern, work becoming more devalued and automated rather than freeing people for meaningful tasks. WSJ columnist Holman Jenkins described 2025 to 2026 as the most joyless tech revolution ever, noting a disconnect between economic growth and public anxiety fueled by AI-driven discomfort. Unlike past tech waves, PCs, internet that broadly democratized tools and created visible abundance, AI's white-collar and now Main Street focus feels extractive. It concentrates power in a rarefied class while eroding the shared identity of craft and skill that defined Silicon Valley's global culture, as Paul Ford observed in the New York Times. This fosters broader cultural pessimism, and YT reporting from San Francisco in April 2026 highlights how the tech industry itself, once a beacon of optimism, is now the first to taste AI disruption, breeding skepticism. But this revolution differs fundamentally from prior ones. It may permanently cut people off from the labor market, per public sentiment on platforms and polls, leading to a generational retreat from tech enthusiasm. Skilled trades, immune to AI for now. WSJ, January 2026, see surging demand but chronic underfilling due to cultural stigma against manual work, exacerbating shortages even as white-collar and service paths shrink. Economically, AI accelerates inequality on a historic scale. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink warned in his March 2026 annual letter that AI threatens to repeat wealth concentration at an even larger scale, channeling gains to asset owners and AI-positioned companies rather than workers. Axios described a new AI aristocracy of lots, tech moguls and investors, rocketing ahead while the broader economy splits into haves, stable but coasting, and have-nots stalling. Federal Reserve data shows the top 1% already holding 31.7% of United States wealth, widest gap since 1989, and AI is poised to widen it further through 2035, per Fink, now extending the divide to Main Street through productivity gains that accrue to owners rather than service or factory wages. Proposals for redistribution, universal basic income, UBIT, universal high income, or even universal basic assets, have surged in discourse. Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and Jensen Huang have floated AI-generated abundance-enabling post-scarcity systems, but critics see echoes of socialism, state-mediated wealth sharing from AI profits. Without intervention, the don't-haves, including Main Street workers, risk permanent exclusion, as capital, not labor, captures most gains, now amplified by visionary concentration. AI challenges core aspects of human nature, our drive for agency, dignity through work, and pursuit of meaning. And YT op-eds emphasize that judgment, arbitrating competing values, weighing trade-offs, remains irreducibly human, even as AI handles patterns and speed. MIT Sloan's EPIC framework, empathy, presence, opinion, creativity, hope, highlights capabilities AI cannot replicate, pushing society toward human plus AI augmentation for more fulfilling roles. Yet surveys reveal anxiety. Harvard's 2025 youth poll found 41% of young Americans believe AI will make work less meaningful, versus 14% more, fueling fears of lost dignity when routine intelligent work vanishes, now extending to service and manufacturing routines. As intelligent and routine labor shrinks, some evidence suggests a pivot toward physical, creative, or relational pursuits, skilled trades booming despite shortages, or work becoming optional, a luxury in Musk's vision. But this risks AI brain fry. HBR, March 2026, cognitive overload from overseeing agent teams, or a hollowing of aspiration for Main Street workers whose roles once provided structure. Humans may increasingly seek purpose outside traditional careers, redefining identity around human-centric skills rather than output, yet without structured pathways. This could erode the very hopefulness that careers once provided. The visionary divide adds urgency. If only a few shape the future, the majority may grapple with existential questions of relevance and worth politically. The divide is catalyzing realignment. In YT's February 2026, analysis urges Democrats to reclaim AI for the working class, warning that unchecked displacement of entry-level white-collar jobs, M&A, up to 50% in 5 years, and now Main Street service roles, threatens their urban professional base and opens doors for populism. Young voters express mounting strain. Harvard's youth poll shows AI concerns driving pessimism about opportunity, 44% see reduction, correlating with openness to economic redistribution, though outright socialism support is modestly declined, 21% overall. Still, figures like New York's Zoran Mamdani tap Gen Z frustration with affordability and job scarcity, fueling debates over democratic socialism as a response to AI's K-shaped recovery, now intensified by perceptions of visionary elites hoarding the future while Main Street feels the pinch. Bipartisan bills requiring AI layoff reporting signal awareness, but broader calls for EBIT or transition policies reflect fears of mass unemployment. The Hill, January 2026. If don't-haves perceive the system as rigged toward have-lots and visionary oligarchs, expect heightened support for interventionist platforms, potentially tilting youth leftward on economics while amplifying anti-tech sentiment across the spectrum. Here lies the most urgent and unsettling question. Before the majority can cross into the have category, through adaptation, upskilling, or policy, could doomsday arrive first, with the don't-haves turning against the haves in destructive ways. Recent 2026 data and expert warnings suggest the risk is real and accelerating. A Reuters Ipsos poll found 71% of Americans fear AI will put too many people out of work permanently. Protests against AI data centers, energy costs, water use, local disruption, are erupting in swing states, per Politico and Time reporting, coalescing into an emerging AI populism that pits labor against tech accelerationists. CEOs like Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan, and Dario Amodei Anthropic have explicitly warned of civil unrest or social instability without swift support for displaced workers. Yuval Harari has likened AI's labor impact to a massive immigration wave, potentially triggering tectonic political upheaval. Viral scenarios like Cifrani Research's 2028 Global Intelligence Crisis paint a feedback loop. AI-driven white-collar displacement crushes high-income consumer spending. Top 10% drive 50% of United States consumption, triggering demand destruction, deflation, and broader economic pain that radicalizes the don't-haves. NYT and Foreign Affairs pieces describe a brewing backlash where job fears fuel anti-tech resentment, data center revolts, and populist platforms on both sides. Democrats channeling anxiety into protect workers' messaging, while some Republicans decry subsidies for AI infrastructure. Historical parallels. 1929-style unrest from unmitigated displacement underscore how dislocated workers become fertile ground for extremism. This is no inevitable apocalypse, but a genuine near-term hazard. The pace of AI outstrips societal adaptation. The don't-haves won't destroy the haves through literal violence in most scenarios, but unchecked frustration could manifest as policy sabotage, regulation halting progress, cultural rejection, tech backlash derailing innovation, or electoral upheaval that prioritizes short-term redistribution over long-term abundance. XAI's drive to understand the universe reminds us, technology itself is neutral. Human choices determine whether it unites or fractures us. Without deliberate bridges, Uber pilots, massive reskilling, visionary-led governance, populist anger risks delaying the very prosperity that could make everyone a have. The AI economy does not create a binary of winners and losers, but a spectrum defined by adaptability. In societal choices, the haves thrive because deep expertise provides the judgment AI lacks. They use tools to scale output and capture wage premiums. The don't-haves face headwinds because generic scales overlap most with what AI automates. First, visionaries sit at the apex, their ideas amplify beyond measure. Main Street workers experience the quietest but broadest squeeze, as software AI reshapes service and manufacturing before robots ever arrive. The ultimate risk is that don't-haves lash out before adaptation catches up. Yet data shows optimism is warranted for those who adapt. Exposed roles are growing faster overall, and augmentation, not pure substitution, dominates current adoption. For young people and Main Street workers alike, the prescription is clear and data-backed. Prioritize depth in the high-value domain while aggressively building AI fluency. and cultivate the rarer traits of vision and wisdom through cross-disciplinary thinking and ethical reflection. Side projects, targeted upskilling, and roles that force human-AI collaboration offer the fastest route to the have side. Policymakers and companies must redesign work for human advantage. Deloitte 2026 Human Capital Trends. Only 6% currently progress on human-AI interactions. All risk cultural backlash, unrest, and political upheaval. Leaders like those at MIT Sloan urge choosing machines in service of minds, not automation for its own sake. As of April 2026, the verdict is in. AI is not eliminating work so much as redistributing it toward those who can direct it, with visionaries reaping the greatest share. The haves are proving that expertise plus AI equals more opportunity than ever. The don't-haves who treat this as a call to build a replaceable judgment, rather than generic output, will join them. The rest, in society at large, will find the ladder shorter than expected unless we collectively steer toward shared prosperity, meaningful purpose, and human-centered progress. The future isn't predetermined, it is a choice.